again. We have Ross Mountain here today, who is the Secretary General's Deputy Special Representative for the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and has been serving as the United Nations Humanitarian Coordinator in the DRC as well. So over to you.
Thank you very much. Indeed, thank you for coming along. As Michelle mentioned, I am indeed DSRSG, but I do have a range of other functions as well: Humanitarian Coordinator, Resident Coordinator, UNDP Res Rep, and so on. I mention this simply because a lot of attention, I know, is focused here on MONUC, which is coming up to its 10th birthday as an entity, having started, I think, with 39 military observers and now being around total staff of about 25,000. But there are 18 other UN agencies. I know that one tends to deal with the actuality here, but for somebody sort of coming out of a country like the Congo, it's perhaps sort of salutary from time to time to look a little bit back. And for me, I'm leaving my assignment I have in Congo, and for that matter with the United Nations at the end of this week. And it's perhaps salutary to recall the size of the country, which is the size of Western Europe, that 8 years ago it was Africa's world war with 9 foreign armies in it. It has 9 neighbors. And on the humanitarian front, we have 1,500 Congolese who die each and every day, half of them kids under 5. And in fact, 1 in 5 kids only makes it, 1 in 5 kids does not make it to the age of 5 years old. 70% below the poverty line. So it's, and decades, not to say almost centuries of bad governance, corruption, and so on. So perhaps with a little bit of the luxury of being for once able to sort of step back a little bit from the day-to-day demands of the crisis that we deal with on a routine basis, when one is confronted by the inevitable question, which is it worthwhile doing, and have we contributed to the process of improvement of that country after having been there myself 5 years? I think it's perhaps salutary to offer a word of hope. There's a lot of money, a lot of international investment that goes into it. But if one looks back over the period of 5 years or 10 years from when MONUC was initiated, and you see the state of the country at that point, and you see where, despite all the challenges and problems, we are now, I think that I'm certainly pleased that the United Nations system in general, and not just MONUC, has contributed significantly to progress, slow, inadequate, but progress over that period of time. We've had national and provincial elections. We are heading towards local elections. There are programs with international donors and now a sovereign elected government in different parts of the country to try and stabilize it, which would allow MONUC to leave. Humanitarian assistance has grown to the level, alas, it's been needed to the level of about $600 million a year. We reached 19 million Congolese in need last year, for example. We've developed approaches to the protection of civilians, which has saved thousands of lives. This is not an unalloyed story of progress. I repeat, it's been too slow, certainly in terms of the population that voted in Congo. There are 26 million were registered for the elections. And those that voted didn't vote just in a beauty contest, they voted for a better life. And it's been very slow in coming and realizing the benefits of a peace process. There is still insecurity very much in the east. We've had the problem of the LRA in the north, and you've probably read in the paper recently about even internecine strife occurring in Ecuador in the west. So there are plenty of problems. But if one looks back over a period of time, I think at least the country is moving in the right direction. There needs to be hope. that it can continue to progress. It is not automatic, it is not irreversible, but it is progress that needs to be sustained through the leadership of the country itself, primarily, and the continuing support of the international community. Much to be done, but heading in the right direction. I'm obviously here to take questions, but I did want to sort of give perhaps a slightly more upbeat approach to this, having the luxury, if you will, of looking back on a few years and seeing from whence we have come.